Welcome back, everyone. This is Marco, co-host of the Bleedbigblue podcast. Are you ready for the New York Giants draft review for 2009 under general manager Jerry Reese? We reviewed the past 2 years. I'll put a link down below. Also, there's a card up top. If you missed those videos, quick recap. 2007 draft, thumbs up. 2008 draft, thumbs down. And now we're here at 2009. So let's start with the backstory. 2009 was an infamous year for the New York Giants. We were the defending Super Bowl champions. We had the franchise all-time best start at 11-1 and clinched the NFC East pretty quickly, and it was the first time in 8 years since we've done so. The Giants were rolling until Thanksgiving. Giants stud wide receiver Plaxico Burress accidentally shot himself in the leg. His injuries caused him to miss the rest of the season. The Giants dropped 4 out of the last 5 and actually winded up limping into the playoffs, whereas once before they were surging. The Giants faced off against the Eagles in the first round of the playoffs and lost 23-11. It was a huge letdown, as Giants fans all thought that this was a year that Eli and company would win their second Super Bowl. Jerry Reese had 9 picks to play with, starting with the 29th pick in the first round. Overall, it was a solid team, and he only had to fill a few positions. Some of the need were wide receiver, linebacker, possibly running back. This team did go 11-1 before the wheels fell off with the Plax controversy. 2009 was the Matthew Stafford year. It brought you Brian Arakpo, Clay Matthews. There were a few upsetments as well, as everyone thought linebacker Aaron Curry was a can't-miss prospect. Just because I like to throw his name into the conversation, Mel Kiper ranked the 2009 draft for the Giants as a B. And I'll give you my opinion, my grade, at the end of the video. So here we go. First round pick, number 29, wide receiver, Hakeem. Home run pick. With Plaxico's self-inflicted injury, there was a need for a wide receiver. Nix was fast, strong, and had secure hands. He was a good route runner. For the Giants, he played from 2009 to 2013. The end part of those years, he had a lingering foot injury that happened during OTAs. This Super Bowl champion played 92 games for the Giants, with 356 receptions, over 5,000 yards, and 31 touchdowns, and is probably one of the better receivers to wear the big blue jersey. Next up, second round, pick number 45, linebacker Clint Sintim. He played from 2009 and 2010, and had 24 games under his belt. Unfortunately, he had a nasty ACL tear, which happened twice, and was waived in 2011. Waiving your second round pick in less than 3 years is probably not the best thing for your franchise. Next pick up was second round as well. Round 2, pick number 60, offensive tackle, Will Beatty. Will played from 2009 to 2016. He is one of the more underrated players that the Giants have had in the past few years. From 2011 to 2015, he was our solid left tackle. He was there for the Giants' second Super Bowl matchup against the Patriots, and was an important reason why the Giants got that 4th ring. During workouts in the 2015 year, Beatty tore his pectoral muscle. He sat out the full year and played very little the next year. He recently just signed a 1-year deal with the Eagles as their mid-season pickup. Okay, next up we have a little bit of action, a little bit of movement. Jerry Reese trades up. So third round, number 85, the New York Giants select wide receiver Ramses Barden. He reminded everyone of Plaxico. He had that super long body, athletic, quick, secure hands. He played from 2009 and 2012. He had some breakout games, but he really didn't have the consistency that the Giants were looking for. where he always hovered over our 4th and 5th wide receiver positions during that Coughlin-Eli second run at the Super Bowl. They took a gamble on the guy, and it didn't pan out. But overall, we've seen that Jerry Reese has a knack of picking wide receivers, and he spots talent there pretty quickly. This one we thought was going to be Eli's red zone target, but it winded up not being so. Giants' next pick, 3rd round, number 100, tight end Travis Beckum, played from 2009 to 2012, captured the Super Bowl, and was actually a familiar target to Eli Manning. After the shocking departure a few years back, Eli has been using several tight ends, and Travis Beckum was one of them. Injuries took their toll, but he was a solid, professional, veteran guy who had some big plays in that playoff run, and he seemed to be a fan favorite. 4th round pick, number 129, running back Andre Brown. Injuries held Andre back until 2012, where he played and had a solid season. The thought was that he was going to pair well with Ahmad Bradshaw, who was surging as the Giants running back. Many people speculated that Brown would never make a comeback after the injuries that he suffered. But I remember that one iconic pick of him kneeling in the end zone, thankful, during his comeback run. Next up, 5th round pick, number 151, quarterback Rhett Bomar. Rhett wasn't able to earn a backup position for Eli. He wasn't going to be the heir apparent. He spent most of his time on the practice squad and was later released next year. These next few picks are going to fly by pretty quickly as well. 6th round pick, number 200, defensive back DeAndre Wright. DeAndre never really caught on with the Giants. He played a little bit for the Lions, the Browns, I believe the Vikings as well. But 6th round, late pick, not much was really expected from fans that he would have a huge impact. Next up, 7th round, pick number 238, defensive back Stoney Woodson. Classic name, but another defensive back that was a late pick that didn't work out. He played some time with the Eagles and Tampa Bay, but never really panned out in the NFL. So that wraps up this draft class, and overall, I am in agreement with Mel Kiper, who gave the Giants a B rating. Jerry Reese and company filled some needs that they had at wide receiver, and they tried to plug in running back. They were able to find a long-term solution to left tackle. So those are all good things. Those are all good things that happened during this draft. Of course, there were a few misses, but that is to be expected out of any draft. So let's look at the total number and let's take the tally. So for Jerry Reese's 3rd year as the head man in charge, he has selected 12 offensive players, 4 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 offensive linemen, 2 running backs, and 2 quarterbacks. On the defensive side, there was also 12 players, 6 defensive backs, 1 defensive tackle, 4 linebackers, and 1 defensive end. So there have been definitely positions that he hasn't touched yet, but we were pretty strong at those positions, so maybe that's why he didn't select more defensive ends or something along that line. So let me know what you think. Did you like the pickups of Nix and Beckum and Will Beatty? There were a few slips and a few letdowns with Sintim and some later round picks, but overall I think it was a pretty good one. Let me know, were there players that you were hoping that would land with the Giants that he didn't draft? Anything along those lines, or misses in general? These videos take a little time, to go back and look and do a little research to make sure everything is on the up and up. Most likely I would hit up the 2010 draft video next week. Congratulations if you made it to the end of the video. Please, if you're here this late in the video, hit the subscribe button, throw a like on it, leave a comment down below. I love reading the comments. Give me a little time and I'll get back at you with those. Also, when subscribing, it's a cool thing to hit the bell for the notification, because every time I go live or put out a new video, you'll get a ding on your phone or something along that line. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you later on in the week, and peace out. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. There's always links in the description below on how to follow me on Twitter. If you want to hit me up, that's not a problem at all. Please share these videos if you've enjoyed them. I'll talk to you all later on in the week, and peace out.